Hey everybody, this is Dane.
This is JR.
And we are the Cult Lords. Yes. And we are coming to you from Anthem Ale House in Naperville, Illinois. Yes, we just got out of the AMC Theater.
It's right over there.
Right over there. Saw Doctor Strange. And so we came over to Anthem Ale House, grabbed ourselves a couple of drinks from our lovely server, Allie, wherever she is back there. Jack and Coke, what do you got there?
Manhattan made with Dickel's bourbon.
Nice, nice. So actually able to enjoy a nice beverage while we do a quick little non-spoiler review of Doctor Strange. So Dane, tell me, did you see the trailers for this before you came in?
Very little trailer. I was trying to come in raw, very fresh. Didn't really know too much about, other than obviously the multiverse.
Right.
So
just overall, what is your impression after seeing the movie?
Well, I thought it was pretty good. I don't think it was outstanding. I thought, there was a lot of nonstop chasing scenes.
You're right.
There were some, and it seemed like it kind of went over the top with the chasing scenes. So there wasn't a lot of slow scenes.
Exactly.
Plus it got kind of, I don't know if it was confusing after a while.
There was confusion in there.
Right. But they obviously, it's always good to have a good person be the villain. We don't want to go into too many spoilers. And actually, we're going to talk about anybody that shows up in this?
Well, I think we should only talk about, in this, the people that are in the trailer. So, you've got Dr. Stephen Strange, you've got Wanda, and then you've got the girl playing American Chavez, right? And I can't think of if she had a special name or anything like that, but she has special powers, right?
Right. And she can travel the multiverse.
The multiverse. And so there's a reason why she's traveling the multiverse. We'll let you get into that when you see this. And she's opening up many multiverses, traveling from multiverse to multiverse. And Doctor Strange inevitably needs to help her travel the multiverse to kind of complete her little journey.
Right.
So
it's going to be really hard to do this review without spoilers, because it's like no matter what we say, we're like, we might give something away here that we don't want to give away.
We don't want to give anything away. But I just want to say that, even though this was a Doctor Strange movie, for me, the main takeaway was Elizabeth Olsen playing Wanda. Yeah. I thought her role was more impressive than Dr. Strange's role.
I agree with you. I think it's kind of like the Joker Batman with Jack Nicholson. It's kind of like she outacted everybody else, and
she did.
Definitely imbibed being a villain.
Right.
And obviously being a distraught, it's hard to talk about this movie.
Yeah.
But she did an outstanding job, and actually I would almost say she made the movie.
Oh yeah, she made the movie.
She made the movie.
She made the movie for me.
There was so many different characters that showed up, so many reveals of other things that we don't want to get into.
We'll just simply say this. If you saw Spider-Man and how the multiverse was ripped open and characters from other franchises came in, there's a little bit of that going on here in Doctor Strange. So there was a reveal, and there's a little bit of it you can see from the trailers of one person, but there was other people. So it was kind of cool to see that, right?
Yeah, and they brought in a lot of other superheroes. I don't want to say who exactly, but they introduced some new actors to the MCU.
They did,
which was exciting, because I did not know he was playing that particular character. I'm not going to say who.
He or she.
He or she. And it was some she's.
It was very cool. Who is it? Benedict Wong. What is the character he plays again?
He's the Supreme Sorcerer right now.
Yeah, in this universe.
Yeah.
So he plays a big role in this as well. But I agree with you.
I even wore my magic sweater just to go and see.
There you go. There you go. I should have brought a pack of magic cards to open.
Yeah.
But I thought that it was really busy. really busy with the visuals. And you know, we have to say this is directed by Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
So there was a point in this movie where I whispered to Dane, I go, "This looks like it's from the Evil Dead." Right?
Yeah.
And I knew it was Sam Raimi, but you didn't know it was a Sam Raimi film until the end. And you go, "Well, there's your Evil Dead connection, right?"
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
So,
and Bruce Campbell makes an appearance. This is not a big thing. I'm just saying he makes and I'm not going to say why, but you know, he was very prominent. And once I knew that, I was like, oh, Sam Raimi loves to like mix in funny aspects of horror into his movies, where they look absolutely grotesque, but then all of a sudden there's a funny side to it. You know, like a zombie type thing, which is like funny, or you know, something. He always likes to have a humorous side to his creepiness. And it occurs in this movie, but overall, I kind of thought the movie suffered because I still thought it was dumbed down. I kind of thought it was made. I kept feeling like Disney's making this movie for younger kids.
Well, that's the problem with some of these MCU movies, right? Is they are dumbing things down. I mean, we're comic readers, and sometimes those aren't dumbed down. We just got done seeing Batman. That was not dumbed down for little kids. And so now you come into an MCU movie, and, you know, it is a little bit dumbed down for little kids.
It's like they want to, like, introduce death and horror and everything, but then they don't take it far enough. They kind of like, it happened off camera.
Then there's always a little bit of, let's make some social commentary. So you check that off the list, right? You get the social commentary done. So, you know, all these things kind of, to me, detract from the real story. But I do have to say I enjoyed it.
A couple of sleepy moments there.
Always for me. But you know, I kept whispering to you like different little things I was reminded of, like the don't.
Yes, the grindhouse. Don't open that door. Don't look back.
There's a moment.
Don't go in the basement.
Yeah, there's a moment there that is just clearly from that trailer, almost a shot for shot. Don't go open that door. But you know, I mean, I still enjoyed it. I like seeing like Doctor Strange as a character, because he's a really cool comic book character. You know, not on the A tier, probably like a B tier, but you know, he could easily be an A tier character.
He could, but I think the only way they're going to achieve that is if they take him up to the next level of it's an adult movie. Like, as in, it cannot be dumbed down, it can't be glossed over and shiny. He was the whole movie, that was the other thing that threw me off, was the CGI effects were absolutely outstanding, but they were too shiny. It's like I didn't get a sense of reality like you got in the Batman, where you really felt like there was actually something to lose here.
Well, that's the difference between Marvel and DC.
Well, and we had the same problem with
like you think about, okay, what preceded the Batman as a DC movie was the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. Once again, gritty realism to that, right? And you know, they just don't really. If you're in the MCU, you don't go after that. I do want to say too that I kind of think that if you watched WandaVision on Disney, I think they kind of ruined a little bit of WandaVision with some of the things that they do here. You know what I mean? What did you think about some of the things they tie in without saying what they tied in?
It's really going to hard the conversation. I mean, the whole thing with WandaVision, it became kind of like a tragedy in the sense that once you realize what was going on, and if you haven't seen it, we're not going to talk about it, but it ended up kind of being a tragic storyline that ends on a good note, whereas this kind of like revisits the entire thing again. It almost
and
like basically
turns it on its head.
It almost basically was like, let's ignore everything we did in the series.
Yeah, so I think it kind of, if you were a fan of the TV show WandaVision,
from a character standpoint,
I think it kind of messes with that a little bit. But, but okay, we're just doing this real quick. We want to let everybody know we just got out of Doctor Strange, like literally 20 minutes ago, having our drinks here at Anthem Ale House in Naperville, Illinois. And
we'll do a quick little scan at the end.
Yeah, and Actually, there's only a handful of people in here, so it's perfect for us to come in. They said that we could film here, so we're excited. But let's do our preliminary Cult Lords ratings. Let's see if
we're gonna do a rating.
Yeah, let's see if they change tomorrow after we've had a night to think on it, right? So, on a scale of 1 to 10, Dane, what would your Cult Lords rating be on this?
Well, based on the special effects, the acting, the energy involved, and then also that there was some failures in the storyline and what we had already talked about, I'm going to say 7.3.
Wow. So I'm going to go 7.5. So we're pretty close. We're pretty close.
It'd be interesting to see what the critics and the fans say when it comes out, because we're
on day one, so the Rotten Tomato scores aren't really complete. It takes a couple weeks for that to happen. So we'll see what those scores are, and in our real review, we'll post those in there. So, but hey, I would recommend going to see.
We enjoyed it. Definitely go see it at an Atmos Theater. I mean, the sound alone.
Once again, we saw it at the AMC Theater with a Dolby Atmos sound.
Right.
Tremendous.
I think my bowels were rumbling in this movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a change of pants after watching this movie, just from this alone.
Yeah,
the whole constant the seat rumbles.
All right, guys. So there you have it. Our quick, rapid review. Yeah, we actually brought a skull just to.
He just happened to be here. To tell you the truth, we don't know where this came from. But thank you very much for being the Cult Lord fans, joining in and listening to the conversation. Please subscribe.
And we'll go into a longer spoiler, long form review. Well, is it going to be a long form?
No, it's going to be a short form review.
We're going to try something different after we just announced
this is the raw review. We're going to do a short form review.
Yeah. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video. We need you to like it and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. We're on our trek to 200. We're trying to get to 200. So, and then from there to an infinity. So, all right.
Peace out.
Peace out.